Hey, on today's video, we're going to discuss law firm website design, and we're going to talk about whether or not your website is actually helping you or hurting you when it comes to getting clients. I'm going to show you some real-world examples from some law firm websites so you can understand and look at your website to determine, am I following the right rules or the wrong rules when it comes to attracting clients and getting them in as new clients for my law firm. So we're just going to jump right into the slides right now so you can look at some real examples of law firm website design and figure out, is it helping or hurting my chances of getting new clients? When you think about your website, the first thing you need to do is think about it from your client's standpoint. So if you have somebody who's a potential new client coming to your site, is that site inviting them in? Look at these pictures. You have a person who's pulling you in, or somebody who's looking at your site and smiling and thinking, okay, this is a site that's helpful for me. It's answering my questions or helping me understand how this firm is going to help me in my legal problems. Or is it more like this example where somebody's a little confused, they're kind of upset, maybe they're not really sure when they hit your site what they're supposed to do or where they're supposed to go. And oftentimes, that's what most law firm websites are like. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like a maze. Somebody hits the homepage of a law firm website, and there may be 15 different things, not sure what they're supposed to do, no clear call to action. It's more like this maze where a person's kind of stuck and they're not really sure what to do. On the other hand, if your website looked like this, and when they got to your site, there was a clear path, they could tell exactly what they needed to do, then that's going to help them have a good feeling right from the very beginning about your law firm and how your law firm is going to help them solve their legal problems. So when it comes to most law firm websites, problems that I see are that oftentimes they're mostly about the attorneys and the firm themselves, the awards they've won, the attorneys, how their reputation is. There's, as I said, no clear path for the client to take, no steps to say, hey, this is what you need to do. And many times there's no call to action, meaning, hey, do this next. But there are some good examples out there, and let's just walk through a little. Now, the first example is Baker Botts, huge multinational law firm, one of the largest probably in the United States. And you can see when you get to their site, there's a banner, there's some information, some news, some insights, headlines, but there's no real path if you go to their website on what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to go. You kind of have to know either what you're searching for, who you're searching for. It's kind of like an electronic business card, basically. It's, here's information about our firm, but there's no real instruction on, hey, what are you supposed to do? There's even some information when I was on their site about a COVID-19 resource guide that they had created, but there was no real way to see how am I supposed to download that? Where do I go? It was just kind of one of the many pieces of information on their site. So oftentimes when law firms set up their websites like this, it's confusing to a potential client unless the client knows exactly what they're going to that website for. If they're going just for informational purposes, they can get lost in the shuffle. And so you need to think about that from the standpoint of, if you're the attorney and you have a client who is a potential client who's coming to your site, what are they going to think? What are they going to walk away from? How are they going to react when they get there? Now, personal injury firms do a little bit better job. This is an example of a personal injury firm in Los Angeles. And you go to there and you see, again, it's kind of all about the attorney. The attorney's face is prominently put in the website. The the big headline is, the value of my experience being the attorney's experience is the difference in the results. So it's all about the attorney. There is a phone number at least, so there's a phone number in the top right corner. It's a little bit hidden, but there's then a link, say a free consultation. But still, no clear call to action in this example. It's getting a little better, but not there yet. Now, this is another personal injury firm in Los Angeles. If you look at this, now this is getting a little bit better in that you can see on this site, there's a clear form for someone to fill out and it says, have you been in an accident? Get a free consultation. So again, here, a little bit more clear in that they have a form and they want you to fill that out to get a consultation. But the last example is even better in that it's another personal injury firm in Los Angeles, but they say, how can we help? And then it asks the question from the client's standpoint, which is probably what they're thinking, do I have a claim? And inviting them to fill out the form. So you can see just from these 4 different examples, the progression of bigger corporate firm, just all about us, the news, what's going on in our firm, to the other end of the spectrum of a personal injury firm saying, how can we help you as the client? We know that you're thinking, do you have a case? So they're anticipating the questions that the potential client's going to ask, and it's giving them a clear path on how to do that. Then finally, this is an example website. It's not a real website, but it's a landing page that we've created that's kind of a form. And you can see if someone got to this site for a divorce attorney, this is just form information on this example. But basically, there'll be bullet points about what to do if you're thinking about filing a divorce. So if it's someone who's a client, that's what they're coming to this site for. It's a family law attorney site. And they would be thinking, what do I need to do before filing a divorce? They can download this free resource. So it's a clear path, nothing else that's clouding it. Clear call to action of download this site or this resource. And once they downloaded that, it would take them to a thank you page where you would have more information about your firm, a number to call, form to fill out, anything like that. But at least you've given the client, in this case, the potential client in a family law case, information that's going to be helpful to them. So that's what you need to think about when you're designing your website and designing the landing pages. The first impression of what a potential client's going to see and how is it going to help them, and are you giving them useful resources? Because even in this instance, the person, when they download this resource, you're going to capture their name, email, maybe phone number. So you're going to have a list that you're building, which is a resource for your firm that you can then use that information to follow up. Maybe the first time someone hits your site, they don't hire you as a lawyer, but it gives you the opportunity to follow up. This person's interested, and it gives you the mechanism to build that asset, being that email list, that contact list, and you can follow up with those people later. So from the standpoint of your website, think about, what is your website like as you see these examples? Is it more like the maze, that there's no clear call to action? Maybe it gives somebody a little bit of discomfort when they get there because they're not sure what to do. That's some of the examples we showed at the very beginning. Or is it more like the examples at the other end of the spectrum, where it gives the potential client a clear path, a good feeling about the site? They know that law firm is there to help them, and it's going to give them a sense of confidence when it comes to hiring your firm, that this firm knows what I'm thinking, they know the problems that I'm dealing with, and they're anticipating those in order to follow through and give me the answers that I need. So when you're going to either redesign your site or maybe make some tweaks to your site, Think about these things because it can really make a difference in converting those potential website visitors into actual clients. Because isn't that what's really all about? Is getting the people to hire you so you can be their attorney and you can represent them. So from the standpoint of your law firm website design, always be thinking, am I helping or am I hurting these potential clients when they come to my site? Am I talking more about myself or am I talking about the problems and struggles that my potential clients are dealing with? And am I addressing those in my website right up front and giving those potential clients lots of good information to help them right from the beginning? If you're doing that, your website's going to help you and it's going to help you land many more clients, and you're not going to be worried about where your next client's coming from, what business is going to happen, and the revenues that you're generating. You're going to be able to really catapult your firm, and your online marketing is going to work well because when those potential clients hit your site, they're going to be converting into clients. That's what really matters when it comes to your digital marketing. That's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a comment below the video, either on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know what you think. If you have some ideas for other videos that we need to be creating, questions that you may have, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot, and I hope you have a blessed day.